Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Roddy. It's Keith at Smith's Hyundai in Peterborough. A quick walk around video of all the controls for you for the Ioniq. Obviously I can't sit and show you them tomorrow on the test drive, so if I do this now, at least you've got something to revise before you come for the drive and excuse me, revert back to later on should you think, oh, did it have this or that or the other. So anyway, just looking around the car, we can see at the front you've got the front parking sensors, which is down there. Obviously the lovely alloy wheels. Looking on the doors, there is the keyless entry, so push the button to open and close, just there. Okay, so with the car locked, the mirrors will fold. With it unlocked, they will open as well. Looking inside the car, on the passenger seat, you've got a height adjuster just here, you've got the backrest adjuster, and you've got the forwards and back adjustment just there. You also have the electric rear window, the electric window switch just here, and also you can switch off the passenger airbag should you want to put a child seat on the front seat. You've also got just down here for the passenger seat the heater, 3-stage heater, and the 3-stage air conditioning for the seat as well. That's just for the parking sensors, which I'll cover shortly. Looking on the rear as well, just here, you can see the electric windows to the rear. And also the 2 outer seats are heated as well, 2-stage heating for the 2 outer seats, which are also ISOFIX compatible. Now with this being a plug-in hybrid, just at the front here, this is where you would normally plug in your Type 2 charger. And then to the rear here, you've got the petrol just as normal. Again at the back, you'll see that you've got the rear parking sensors, and where the Hyundai badge is, you just press that to pop the boot. That will fold back, and you've got quite a nice luggage space. With this being the Premium SE, you have got an upgraded sound system, so you actually have a subwoofer in the boot here. It really does just make a difference to the quality of the sound. There you've got the emergency charging cable just there should you need it. Okay, lovely example. Does look good in white, I have to say. So anyway, moving on to the controls of the car. It is keyless entry and keyless start, so you don't need to have the keys in your hand, just in your pocket. So the car's already open. We know that with the mirrors. But looking in here, we've got electric rear windows, electric front windows, isolation switch for the rear windows, and the central locking open and close. We've also got the mirror control here, left, right, up and down. We can adjust the right hand or the left hand mirror, or have it set in the middle so you don't knock them by mistake. And you also have the auto fold. So currently it's on auto fold for the mirrors. That's the locking and the unlocking, the mirrors folding and unfolding. You can have them permanently open, or if you're driving along, you can fold them in to get through a narrow gap. You've also got on the door here the programmable seats. So without actually driving the car, so you've got the ignition on, you get the seat in the position you want it to be in. You press and hold set for a second. It will then ask you to choose 1 or 2. Press and hold 1 or 2 until it chimes, and that is the programmable seat set to the pre-programmed position. Looking at the driver's seat, this is electrically adjustable. So you have got the forwards and back. You can raise it, you can angle it as well. Okay, and you can go backwards, forwards and backwards. Backrest adjuster just there, and you've got a lumbar adjuster just here as well. Pedals wise, you can see there's actually 3 pedals. You've got the brake, the accelerator, and on the far left you've got the handbrake. Looks a bit odd, but it is ever so easy to use. In fact, I miss mine. The car that I currently have doesn't have that. So as we're driving along, if I just get in now, I'll just show you the bits that we need for the test drive. So just down here on the right hand side of the steering wheel, we've got the lane follow assist on and off. We have the traction control on and off, blind spot detection on and off, virtual engine sound system on and off, and we have the brightness of the dashboard lights just here as well. These are all to do with the charging, which I'll go through should you buy the car. Bonnet release just down here in the footwell. The stalks for the wipers are just here, so you can see you've got a flick wipe, auto wipers, so they come on when it starts to rain, slow and fast speed, and you can adjust the sensitivity of the auto wipe just there. Pull it back for a front wash wipe. On the left hand side we have all of the indicators, so again you've got auto lights, they come on when it gets dark enough. You've got manual side lights and manual dipped headlights. We've also got the main beam on and main beam off just there. Front fog lights, rear fog lights on, rear fog lights off. Don't need the front fog lights because of the type of daytime running lights that the car has. And that actually does the same job as a front fog light, and they're always on. You've got a horn in the centre just there. Okay, and you've got your controls for your cruise control just here. So if you're looking to use the cruise control, let me just turn the ignition on. So there's a button just down here which you push. 2 pushes, that's the ignition on, but the car hasn't started yet. I'll explain how that works in a second. Okay, but we've got the digital display. Okay, so on the digital display, and I'll come back to the cruise control buttons. This shows you if you're driving economically, or if you're using power, or if the car is doing regenerative charging and how much regenerative charging it's actually using. You've got the speedometer, you've got the range left in the car, you've got the fuel gauge just down here, and over on this other side, this is the electric gauge just there. Okay, you also have the speedometer and the ambient temperature outside, and the miles that the car has currently done. Okay, now if I put the cruise control on mode, you can see in the center there, cruise has come on, and all I did was push this button just here. Okay, if I push it a second time, it puts it to speed limiter, push it a third time, and it takes it off. So cruise control on, you've got set and resume as normal, so it won't actually set at the moment because we're not going fast enough. Set, if I press the 0 just below, just here, that will cancel the cruise control, but I can then resume by tapping up, and it will take us back to the speed we were originally set at. Okay, if I cycle through this one and take the cruise control off, then you lose the resume function when it goes back on again. This button just here will adjust the distance between you and the car in front of you. So 3, 2, 1, and back to 3. Okay, and this one just here is to adjust the trip computer that's on the car in front. So we've actually got there we go. So you've got the personalization just here, so central door locking, etc., etc. You can adjust all sorts of things on here to help out when the car locks and unlocks. Okay, if I push the button, the menu button again, it takes us to the trip computer, so I can flick through how the car's been driven, what the average miles per gallon is, whether the car is charging or whether it is using the petrol engine to drive the car or to charge the car. Those bits and pieces just there. Okay, so there's all sorts of things you can do with that one. If you're in eco mode, so if I just, in fact, let me just start the car. Now I'll put my foot on the foot brake, and we have this green car with an arrow appear. That means that the car is actually live and running, although we can't hear any engine because it's currently in electric vehicle mode, EV mode. Okay, so that means it's electric vehicle mode. The ignition is live and it's ready to go. So if I take the handbrake off, put it into gear, the car will pull forwards. Okay, so if I just put it into gear, so bring that back to drive. Okay, there we go. The engine's actually started now. It gives us the engine temperature as well. Okay, that's probably to get heat in the car because obviously we need the engine running to get heat in the car. So in drive, we're in economy mode. If I tap it across to the right hand side, that's sports mode. So you've got economy, you've got sport. So economy will use either the electric motor or the petrol engine to give you the drive. It'll use the most efficient possible. If I put it into sports mode just there, that will actually use both together. So you've got the full 140 horsepower. So it's actually quite a sprightly car. The flappy paddles just here are the gear change. So it puts it into, if you start changing gear, it'll change gear manually. You can see at the moment it says S for sport. If I press the downshift, it puts it into 1, so that means that it's in manual mode, so you can change up and down the gears. Obviously it's just the first gear at the moment. Pull and hold them both together to put it back into drive. Okay, so economy, sport, just there for the drive. Okay, you've got the heated seat controls for the driver's seat, heated steering wheel as well, and this one will flick if you're in EV mode. It will put it into hybrid mode and back to EV mode, so you can manually override just there. But it will only let you use electric vehicle mode if you've got enough charge in the tank. Now I will fully charge this, so you've got a full charge of electric. But if I have a look on here, you can actually see You've got 7 miles of electric, and you've got 128 miles of petrol just in here at the moment, and that will alter depending on how you're driving. Okay, so just remember, economy, sport for overtaking, back to economy. You can change up and down the gears by going forwards and back, but again, it's nice and straightforward. You very quickly get used to it. Now, if I put it into reverse, just there, you can see you've got a rear parking camera, and you've got front and rear parking sensors as well. Okay, put that back into there. So you've got your climate control just here. So you're currently on driver only, so it makes it more efficient, but I'll put it up. There's going to be 2 of you tomorrow, so I'll put it up, and you can turn the temperature up. You can set a different temperature driver side to passenger side. If you want them both the same, you press synchronize, and they'll both go the same. Most people will just press automatic, just there, and that will look after itself. But if you want to manually override everything, you can turn the fan up, turn the fan down. Okay, you can switch the air conditioning on and off. You can put the whole system off completely. There we go. The engine's just stopped because we don't need it for the heat. Okay, put it on auto just there, and it will start. The engine will start in a second, I'm sure. There we go. Okay, you have got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you can plug a USB port, plug your phone in just in the USB port just down here. You've got the 12-volt sockets as well. And if we're looking up here on the digital display, okay, we're on absolute radio, so I can tap the radio and it'll bring up the radio for us, so I can change the track, the station just here, all touch screen. Okay, or if I go back just there, I can pick one of the favourites. We've got 40 different favourites just in there as well. Okay, you've got satellite navigation as well, which is map just there. Okay, so we just need to put an SD card in this one to get it running for you for tomorrow. Navigation, so that'll all be set up for the satellite navigation for you. Plug-in hybrid, there you go. You can have, it tells you what the miles per gallon is, the range left in the tank, EV range. Okay, the SD card in. Yeah, all nice and straightforward. There's always a home button just here. Okay, all menus just there. You can put Bluetooth in, all sorts of things. But the main controls, the controls there for the climate control, the gearbox with your foot on the foot brake, squeeze the trigger there, reverse, neutral, drive, across to sports to give you all the power. Okay, all nice and straightforwards. The handbrake just down in the bottom there, all you need to do is just squeeze it and it comes off. Just give it a squeeze and it puts it back on again. Ever so easy to use. The stop start button just there. You can adjust the height and reach of the steering wheel just here as well. Okay, if I put this into sports mode, you'll actually see everything changes. So you've got a rev counter as well. All right, nice and straightforward. So hopefully you're looking forward to seeing the car tomorrow and having a drive in it about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll have it all charged and fueled ready. We'll have it all sanitized and cleaned down, and look forward to seeing you then. All right, hopefully speak to you soon. Take care. Bye now.